Always great to be joined by safety Justin Reid. Fellas, it's good to hear from him. And Justin, let's start here. How hungry is this Texans team at 0-2 just to get a win?
Definitely not a good taste in our mouth, but very hungry. The guys, especially this week, the energy has been great. Guys have really tackled the adversity of the situation that we're facing. We're not afraid of it, and we're ready to go challenge them. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And take home that first W.
No doubt. And, you talked about a change week 1 to week 2. There was a step taken defensively. Didn't end the way you guys wanted to, and you're not satisfied at all with that result. But taking a step week 2 to week 3, you're very confident that's going to happen, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, from week 1 to week 2, we've gotten a lot better, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Eliminating the X plays. We've gotten even better in the run. We can continue to get better in the run, and that's what the emphasis this week has been. Just continue to be a dominant defense, really hold this team to little to no points, and go out there and do our part to make sure we get a dub. It really only takes one win to get the ball rolling. We've seen that 2-3 years ago in 2018, whenever we got that and went on 9 wins straight. So there's no reason we can't do that again.
A week ago, Bill O'Brien pointed out that in week 1, the Texans missed 20 tackles. It looked like in week 2, you guys really changed that and got better in that regard. Would you agree with that assessment? And how much further do you think you guys need to go there?
Yeah, I think a lot of that was just knocking the rust off. That first game was still a little bit like a preseason game. Not to make excuses for it, but we didn't have those reps in order to really knock the rust off. So what I've noticed, especially in our game, was that the second game, the tackling was a lot better. We cut the missed tackles down in half, and it'll continue to get better, especially going into this week.
When you met with the media on Thursday, you said something very interesting. You were asked about one of the biggest differences playing during these times of COVID, and you said there's a lot more trash talking. So, of course, that made my ears perk up. How much of a trash talker were you pre-COVID? How much of a trash talker are you now? And what sort of trash do you talk? Are you a subtle guy?
Yeah.
Are you a loud guy? How's it go? Give us the full breadth there. What's going on?
It's kind of funny that you said that. Pre-COVID, I didn't really talk a lot of trash at all. I more let my play speak for myself. It was so loud all the time. Most of the time you couldn't hear it anyway. Post-COVID, I've definitely increased my trash talking to guys on the field. It's definitely made the game a lot more fun. And it keeps all of us involved in it. It's talking about, guys being locked up, like, you know what I mean? You're not catching the ball, just things. I'm sure, I don't know if they let everything be heard on the TV copies of what we say down there. But definitely keeps the game intense, keeps it fun.
I'm guessing you can handle your business for a few reasons, but mainly, A, you have a big brother, and B, you're a Stanford grad, so you're really smart. So you doing all right in that regard as far as the cleverness of jabs that you're throwing verbally?
Yeah. But the key to some good trash talking is don't overthink it. Keep it simple and just let them know that you're here. You know what I mean? Let them know that you're the dominant one on the field, that you're going to be strapping them all day, that you're going to be making plays, and just let them hear you, get in their head a little bit. You don't have to overthink it or make it too hard for them to understand what you're saying to them. Keep it short and sweet.
All right. You're going to have to keep it short and sweet with this quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger has been there and done that for quite a long time. When you watch tape of him, can you see how savvy a veteran he is? Can you see the little things, the subtle things that he's able to do to manipulate a defense to move the ball down the field?
Yeah, you can definitely see his experience, especially in him just recognizing defenses. I mean, he's done this since I was 3 years old. So he's definitely able to recognize what a lot of calls are, So disguising is going to be super important. Also his size, him being, 6'12", him being able to really see the field really clearly is also an advantage for him. And his size also helps him try and not get sacked by him just being able to get rid of the ball while he's being hit. But those are all things that we've talked about and we've game planned for in the week leading up to the game on Sunday. So
and those are some good things that he possesses. He also has a pretty nice complement of weapons to throw to. Now, wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster gets the lion's share of the attention, but Chase Claypool, he's making some waves as a rookie, is he not?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job for him. Does a lot of special team reps, catches the deep ball pretty good too. Also, number 18, I think, is a dynamic weapon for him.
Tight ends wise, there's a guy who played his college ball just down the road at Rice in Vance McDonald. How impressive is he? I know it's been a little bit quiet for him so far this season, but he's somebody that can do some damage, can he?
Yeah, a reliable vet, a solid player, has been there a while, knows the system very well. They also had Eric Ebron, formerly with the Colts, that's over there, a little bit more shifty as far as with his route running. Not as good of a blocker as McDonald is. I think that McDonald is the number one guy right now. Eric Ebron is the number two. But two talented players and guys that we're going to keep an eye out for.
All right, your hands are full, but the hands are full every week in the NFL. And before we leave, you won the Spirit of the Bull Award here in the organization. And just recently this week, you had some really cool stuff go on with an initiative you had with some med students here in the area. Can you just kind of tell the listeners and explain what went down there and how that related to what you were going through this summer with them?
Yeah, giving back to the community has been a big passion of mine, throughout my whole life. I've always just enjoyed helping people. So throughout the COVID situation, seeing our frontline healthcare workers and all the work they're doing in the field, it really inspired me to try and help the next wave of healthcare workers. Most people are taking online university classes from home right now. So I thought that an impactful way to help the next generation would be to donate laptops or tablets to medical students that might be struggling to take those online classes because maybe they have an old computer that doesn't function properly, or maybe they don't have a computer at all. So I got together and partnered with HEB and Microsoft, and we were able to donate 20 tablets to Baylor School of Medicine students. Yesterday we got to confirm that all those students received the tablets. So it was definitely really cool to see.
That's outstanding work. Very generous of you. You walk the walk and you talk the talk on and off the field. It's always good to check up with you. Justin Reid, best of luck Sunday against the Steelers, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Appreciate you, Drew.